So we were living in California, and after we'd been married for a while, we decided that we wanted to come back to this area. And I got to tell you, it was really hard for me for the first few years. Really hard for me the first few years. But once we kind of got integrated into the community, and I think the nonprofit community had a lot to do with that, we just came to love it here. And, over the years, I would look at other people who would transfer for their job or move to take a new job, and it's like this was always more important to us than going anywhere for something else.
Raising children would be one of the biggest things that this community offers is, out in California, we knew we were not going to raise children in California. Coming back here, it was a sense of purpose to come back here. This is where I wanted to be. This is where Laura was, grew up. I did not grow up in the Eau Claire area. I moved here rather young, but I did not grow up here. And getting back to wanting a family here, wanting to raise our kids in this community, that drew us back here from California.
I think we have a community that has so many positive aspects to it. Having both UW Eau Claire and CBTC adds a lot versus if you go into a community that does not have that. Adds an awful lot. In terms of things that you can expose your kids to, different things to do, just the culture that it brings into a community. So I think that is a huge factor in what makes Eau Claire great and what makes you want to support this community.
I came here, I had one friend. Within a matter of a short period of time, I had a group of friends. I was accepted. And I think Eau Claire accepts people all the time for just being themselves. And that being said, that community just basically opened up its arms and said, hello, and I don't know how else to explain it.
I think we've received so much from this community. We have a lot of really good nonprofits in this community, and their executive directors are out in the community. You get to know them. You hear about what they're doing and all the positive things that are happening. And so it makes you want to support that because you know that your funds are getting used well. And so one thing that gives a great deal of comfort with the Eau Claire Community Foundation is just how the whole grants process works, because it's not so important that you know that specific exec director for whichever nonprofit it is, because you know that all the grants are well vetted and that process is just so thorough. And so our daughter is the youngest member of the Women's Giving Circle, which I think is kind of a fun fact, and she's always enthusiastic about it. Our son is in the Chippewa Valley Symphony, which is an entity that is supported by the Community Foundation.
The opportunity for the young people in this community through some of the nonprofits is a great thing.
There's so many positive things that come out of it. You learn so much from other people. Whether you serve on a committee or a board, whether you're just meeting people at that nonprofit and finding out more about what they do and the people that they serve, you learn a lot more about your community and what the needs are out there. I just think that list is extensive.
So hopefully everybody that is involved with the foundation in the future has the same view of it that we do.
One of the things that I really admire in more recent years that wasn't there when I started my involvement with the foundation is just the collaboration within the community and the support of the community, whether it was for the library or for the Pablo Center or what have you, and just looking at how the Eau Claire Community Foundation has stepped up to be a conduit to help raise other groups up within this community. So keep that up as well.
With our wonderful foundation that they want to bestow upon you, this award, how does that make you feel?
Well, I would say I was quite surprised.
To say the least.
At the get-go. And, just given how much I admire the trustees, and have it's throughout the years. It's always been just a great group of people. I'm just very humbled.